I'm Roxanne, and today I bring you a short tutorial on the roll-up. So if the roll-up is one of those exercises that you haven't quite mastered or you find very difficult, maybe we can solve some of those body quizzes today. So the roll-up, you just finished the 100. The arms lift up overhead. The legs reach out and away from the waistline through the heels, toes turned up. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, begin to draw the ribs in, the belly toward the spine, lifting up toward the ribs. The head begins to come off of the mat and the shoulders. The arms are out there and there's energy through the arms as you roll through the spine one bone at a time, trying to get to a seat. But you take your time and you scoop your belly and you lift your upper body, your ribs, your neck, and reach, reach, reach. Then you stack it up, nice and tall. And then begin from the very lowest bones on the way down. You'll slip your tailbone between your legs, between your cheeks. Your back begins to touch the mat one bone at a time, or as if you were imprinting your spine down. The belly draws in deep. The lower ribs are reaching and curling down toward the spine as the body slowly lowers, head coming last. And you would do about 3 to 5 of those. But a lot of times when you're just starting Pilates, even understanding what's being asked of the different places of the body can be daunting because you just want to do it so you get to the next exercise, right? During class, you don't have time to kind of figure it out. Well, I bet right about now you have some time that you can work on it. So, one of the first things that I like to do when introducing the roll-up to people is to have them with their feet standing in the mat and their legs bent and the spine straight. And just this is an exercise, especially in the beginning, because you can feel your quad, the front of your thighs pulling, 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 as if they're doing all of the work to keep the back straight. When actually there's a lot of work that needs to happen from the abdominals scooping in and the gluteals scooping down. So there's a lot of space that needs to happen in the back, along the low back, in order for this to feel more like, or less like it's right in the front of the legs. There's a lot of strength that needs to build up in the back. So that's what we'll do with this first exercise. We'll hug behind the thighs, and then we'll, just like there was a wheel here in our hips, we're going to begin to turn that wheel to roll back, creating a long C with the spine. And then go back halfway, and then begin to curl up with that same kind of C shape with the head and this whole spine. As you curl up, then begin to stack up nice and straight, giving the low back a chance to fall into its natural jog here. And then we'll curl back again. You can take about 3 to 5 of those as practice, just learning to find the muscles that need to release in the back and the muscles that need to engage in the front, to keep this from being a neck exercise or a leg exercise. I'm not saying you're not using everything in the body, but you will use more of some than another. And take it back up and stack it all nice and tall at the top. And flow through that. Next part of the exercise is let the arms come all the way straight, still keeping with that nice long spine, deep scoop in the belly. Let the arms go all the way straight. And as you'll feel this, the low back is already starting to make contact with the mat. And just let that kind of continue until you feel that you're just going to flop down, because there's no flopping in Pilates, right? And then begin to curl back up and let the arms help a little bit, only as much as necessary. Find and explore in the body what it takes to bring everything up to the top and then stack it up nice and tall, feeling everything pull together to make this exercise so full body. All right, so you're rolling back, straightening the arms, slowly getting deeper and deeper and allowing yourself the opportunity to learn and feel new things in the body. Elbows can go out to the side, stack it up nice and tall. Now, the next one we'll take with the arms not on the legs. And we'll still do the same thing, curling back to that place where we feel like we're using our shoulders to hold us up, or we feel like we're using our neck. Just go to that place where you're deeply scooped and you're deeply stretched. And then take it up to the top. And you'll take a few of those as practice. And you may do these steps today, tomorrow, the next day. You may do these steps tonight. You'll do that same one because it was very challenging. You'll do that for a few days until it becomes easier and then move on. So go at your own pace for sure, that's the point. All right, so pretty soon after practicing all that, you're going to end up all the way down with the arms reaching out, legs bent, feet in the mat. And then the exercise, the roll up, can happen from here today. Feet down into the mat. Still there's some length happening down all the way down toward the feet. But there's also length happening all the way through the crown of the head. The arms are reaching out. You'll pick up the head, look toward the belly. Exhale as maybe you ask your legs for some help, just as much as necessary to get you started, get you up there, maybe help you through a flat spot. Stack it up nice and tall and lower it all the way down. And you'll practice that as sort of a next step. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to come all the way up. And once you start to talk to the glutes and the legs, then you can take the legs out and practice your roll down. So now the whole leg is down like we talked about before. Energy through the heels and the toes. The same thing happens in the hips as you control all the way down, one bone at a time, leaving the legs down the whole time. And for some people, just practicing this portion all the way down has proven to be very helpful. So if this is where you are, then you'll simply just go to the side, pick yourself back up to the beginning, legs long, down into the mat. Restart all the way from the beginning, rolling down from the hips. Low bones first, middle bones, upper bones, head comes down. And after you've done that a few times, pick yourself up. Then, there's the challenge of getting up. And you're using all of the same muscles in the opposite way. So before, when you rolled down, you roll down and you had the muscle in contraction and you slowly let it out. And so when you come up, you have it all the way in relaxation and you have to engage it and learn where that comes from to squeeze it all back in. So here we go. Arms reach up, inhale, exhale, curl off the mat the same way that you came onto the mat. And you reach, 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 curl back. And you'll do 3 to 5 sets of the full roll up. And then you can consider that exercise done. So I hope this helped someone today find their roll up. It's an exercise that I really love. And I fell in love with it because I didn't love the neck pull. And I decided I'm going to love the neck pull. And they're very similar. You just don't have the help that the roll-up gives you. But the roll-up, really just playing around with that and getting down deep into that exercise has helped my neck pull tremendously. So if you have an exercise that you would like for me to break down, feel free to send us an email at info@purepilatespensacola.com. Double check the website for that. I am probably the worst about technological stuff. So But we'll get your message and we'll definitely break it down for you. So if you have an exercise that you'd like to explore, I would love to do that with you. Bye.